The door is open, so come on in. Sound check done, let's begin. Breaking news, the guest is you. Streaming live for you to view. Open House the podcast. Open House the podcast. Ooh.
Good morning. I am Johnny Awesome, and with me, actually, I told you this the other night, is somebody that is awesome. See what I did there?
I love
With
it.
You hated it the other day. Don't lie to people.
I like it for a certain thing. I don't know what thing yet, but awesome
Yeah.
is here.
That's it. Welcome. It is our New Year's Eve Day special. If you're joining us live, of course, you get an advantage to be able to hang out and chat with us all day. We're excited to be here. Going to kill that out because we've got a really cool show planned out, an idea, and we really want to make sure that it is interactive with everybody. So I'm gonna point at that guy right there. Perfect. Thank you so much. It's super. I've done a whole show like that before. It gets super distracting.
Yeah, I
after
bet.
a while.
We
Yeah.
had a strobe light going. It's still seeing lights.
So look, we got to know. So it's been a week. I got to talk right into this mic just because of the echo in here.
Yeah.
So we got to know. It's been a week now since our last episode, which is the Christmas episode, right?
Yep, that was a good one.
So yeah. So let me ask, how did it go? How was Christmas for you?
Oh, Christmas for me was lovely. It was very quiet.
Yeah.
It was nice. I just stayed at home, laid in bed. I was a bit sick.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I kept forgetting about that.
Kind of sucked. But, you know,
Yeah.
it was cool because I just got to sleep and catch up on sleep and do nothing.
Yeah. That's a good time sometimes, though.
It
You
was
know,
great.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. So now I know that this, if for people that listen to the podcast, is being released New Year's Eve, but for people that watch it live,
Yeah.
this is happening right now. Do you have any plans for tonight? Then I'm really bad at how to do the magic show math thing. Like in my brain, I can't
Like
keep track.
tonight is New Year's.
Like tonight, yes.
Yeah,
summer
you know,
tonight is
I
New
actually
Year's.
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Someone asked me about going down to Detroit.
Yeah.
I've never went out anywhere besides like home or like a house,
Yeah,
someone's
yeah,
house
yeah.
for New Year's.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess maybe I'll go to Detroit. Could be fun.
It could be. I like how you're like so like I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, you know, because if you go to Detroit, then you know you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, got to get everything in motion, Ubers and everything.
Now listen, I don't want to poo-poo on anybody's day because I got in trouble the last time I talked about my experience in Detroit.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget the first time I was in Detroit. I was walking across that little walkway. So I forget which theater is it that connects to the tram. It used to be Greektown, but now it's something else. Hollywood Casino. So I remember walking across that, and all of a sudden, like I look out the window on the street, and there are people punching horses because the horse police were out.
Oh my God, they were punching the.
They're
the
punching
horses?
the horses. Yeah, yeah. And the one guy was like, "No, get back!" And the horses were really well behaved. I mean, they have to be.
Oh my gosh! Well, thank gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Those people like could get kicked.
They could. Well, I'll tell you, those horses were something else.
That's crazy.
So they really egged people on, and it was a very interesting experience. For
So
me.
what did the cops do? I'm sorry.
They were very again, it's from they were very patient. They were telling people just go home. That's what they were doing. They were like, listen, instead of causing a thing, like just go home.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. So that was my first ever experience, and it was coming down from like Little Midland up north somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I'd always heard Detroit is the scary. It was a scary
It's where
place to go.
People punch horses.
It's where people punch
I mean,
horses.
if I ever really heard that, I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
Yeah.
Someone should punch those people.
Yeah. Well, it's again, I was very surprised
That the patients.
at the patience of not only the horses, but the police officers as well, because people are
Yeah.
they were surrounding them and yelling at them, and it was a very crazy situation. And I'm like, wow, this is it. This is what
Yeah.
I've been told about.
I'm like picturing it in my head and like
I
horses.
think it was during the 4th of July, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so around your birthday?
It was, yeah. It was watching the fireworks, I think, in Detroit was my first time ever there. It was during the 4th of July.
Well, that's a fun.
Yeah, it was.
I was gonna say that's a fun first time.
It was a fun. It was very adventurous. That's
Minus,
for sure.
you know, the horse thing.
Yeah, minus the whole street. The whole street broke out in chaos. I've never seen anything like it. It was like it was like we were up just looking down, and like everybody. It was just mad mass chaos. It was
That's
absolutely
crazy.
insane.
But I'm interested. How was yours? How was your Christmas?
Yeah, it was good. You know, we it's kind of the same thing. It's always a small. For forever, we've always done Christmas at my mom's house. It's always just been the thing, and I think it was ever since my grandma died. It was always just where we went, and now it's my mom's place. So it's good. You know, we used to have a really wild, crazy Christmas, and the kids miss this. So I got to do this again for them. But did I ever show you the video of how my Christmases used to look?
No.
So we used to take a fog machine. And we'd fill the entire house. I mean, over fog the
Oh,
house.
that's cool.
And I have like the lights that you saw at the beginning. I have so many lights like that. And they were literally like 3 or 4 DJ lights set up in every room, including tunnels. I have like this. I have a Scorpion laser light, which creates tunnels
Yeah.
of lasers. And so like they would have to walk through this tunnel of lasers, and then the tree was like lit up with the strobe
That
light
is so
effect.
cool. I
It
really.
was a rock concert.
I
inside
can
my house.
imagine that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome. I'm gonna do that to my kids.
I'll show you.
That's so cool.
I'll show you video. It's an aspect. Every year that was the thing.
Yeah.
My mom is a little bit more straightforward of a personality type. Like we play the Little Drummer Boy song. Have you ever heard that? The one by For King and Country where they're just beating the drums. Oh, boom, boom,
I don't know if I heard that version.
well, that's the only part based off of my two notes.
Oh,
there. You
I
don't
mean,
know
I
the
know
song?
the drummer boy. Yeah.
So there's this really awesome version of it, and I crank the speakers and we play it every year. And then when the kids hear it, they know they can get up, and so they typically run downstairs, and it's loud and it's
that's
adventurous.
cool.
Yeah. So again,
It's like a tradition.
you got to remember my personality and my mom's personality type though are completely different.
Yeah.
And now, so it's like she tolerates it because it's only 4 minutes long, and I'm like, we do it every year. You
So
just
what does
got
she
to.
want? She just wants like a nice,
She,
laid back.
I don't want to speak on her behalf. I don't know if she's one of the ones watching right now. I don't want to speak on her behalf, but if my mom had like the perfect, I think, Christmas wake up, she would wake up whenever she wanted to. Somebody would have already let the dog out, right?
Yeah.
She could just sit down and watch, I don't know, the news for the day or the weather
Yeah.
with a cup of coffee for 2 or 3 hours before anybody else
Before
gets up.
the chaos.
Yeah. But see, in order to be able to do that, you have to be up at like 4 in the morning,
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Kids get up at the crack of dawn.
especially on Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Do you still wake up real early on Christmas?
You know, it's funny. I do. I think it's like something like in my subconscious since I was a child. Like it's like you want to wake up because it's Christmas. You want the full day.
Yeah.
You want to wake up. Like I love to go down and I put presents under the tree and they're under the tree for
Yeah.
like a week maybe.
See, I
But I
couldn't do
go
that.
down on Christmas Day and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, the presents. Like even though they've been there,
Yeah.
I'm like, how magical. It's the child in me. But I do. I mean, actually, this Christmas, like I said, I was sick. So actually, I would wake up and just
Yeah.
go back to sleep. But I like just kept waking up. I was like, sleep. it's over."
Listening to you describe your perfect Christmas makes me want to buy a snow machine.
Yeah, that's why.
And then you just have the snow going inside your house too with
The
all
snow,
the lasers.
the
Wouldn't
fog,
that be fun?
the lasers. Okay, we should do a huge Christmas at my house next year and do all of
Do
this.
all of it. Bring everything together. I
Yeah,
love it.
we'll do it 2 Christmases.
There you go. We could. Well, they have Friendsgiving now. You can have
Friend.
Christmas.
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 Christmas. Yeah. So anyway, but Christmas is done. Thank you for joining us. I know that we've got people watching right now. Say hello. Summer's actually managing the comments
Yeah,
today.
so if you want to talk,
this-
I'm here.
This will be her first time running it. So if somebody said hello, it'd be great because
say
it'll give
hello.
her practice on that. But we are going to be talking about a couple different cool things today. Number one, we're going to be talking about goals and moving on with New Year.
Yep.
And we have something really, really fun that we're going to be doing at the end. So we definitely want participation because I came up with this idea and I think this is brilliant.
Yeah.
We are going to make a time capsule. All right. And you guys are involved in this. So today during the show, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a couple different predictions. Now, of course, as a realtor, you always hear we don't have a crystal ball, but we're going to pretend that we do for a second.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about, wow, there it goes, the echo. We are going to talk about some of the crazy things that people are predicting are going to happen in 2025. We're going to share what we think is going to happen in 2025. And we'd like you to share along as well. There's your comment right there.
Oh, hello. So Chase says hello.
Good morning.
Hi, Chase. Good morning.
You got your practice in. Yay!
Yay.
I don't.
First time ever.
Why were you shaking? Oh, you were shaking.
I was nervous.
Oh,
No,
no,
I'm just
you're good. So here's what I think we should start with. I think we should start with I pulled together a list of 10 wild predictions that have been made via YouTube. I pulled some off of TikTok.
Oh, fun.
I got some off of Yahoo News, and I don't remember which is where. But check this out. So for 2025, here is some of the predictions that have been made. So straight from TikTok, there is an ongoing prediction that people are jumping onto, that they believe that there will be some sort of slime that becomes a national sensation. And everybody's going to be really fascinated with this find of slime
A
next
new
year.
slime.
Yeah, a new slime,
You know, it makes sense.
Yeah.
To be honest, people love slime. It's really it's satisfying. It's like that ASMR. My algorithm sometimes on TikTok.
Okay, tell me, yeah. Shows you just slime?
It is. And it's slime, and it'll do like a slime scoop test. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it, but
No,
it's
what is this?
so it's like this woman, she makes all different types of slime,
Yeah.
and like she puts cool things in it, like sparkles or
Yeah.
beads or whatever, and then she'll do scoop tests, and she rates it 1 out of 10. So if it's a nice scoop, like ice cream,
What?
like
Yeah.
a scoop of ice cream, then it's a 10 out of 10. But if it's like real chunky and hard, and for some reason I sit here and I watch her scoop.
Slime.
It's so satisfying though. I don't know why.
This lady, apparently, the prediction is that she's going to be a national sensation next year.
I believe it.
Scooping and
I
rating
think
slime.
she's already a national sensation.
What are we doing with our lives that this lady is, I'll make slime. And then she's making money off of it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody has something in there
That they could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has something they
Yeah.
can do, for sure. Oh, okay. Now, I don't follow this. You might follow this a little bit more. But apparently we will have new Pete Davidson girlfriend drama going on next year. Are you
of
following this
course.
right now?
I mean, I'm not really following Pete Davidson right now.
Yeah.
No, but he was with what? Kim Kardashian.
I don't know. I hate the guy. He
Who
drives
else
me
was
nuts.
He with? He was with someone else.
I know that he left comedy, didn't he? Didn't he say that like he decided to walk away from comedy and
Yeah.
he's done with it?
Was he gonna be a country singer or something?
I don't know. I think comedy left it. I think that he needs to define comedy. I'll be honest with you. I've never thought that anything he's ever done has been funny.
Funny? No. I don't really know.
I don't even think he was on SNL for a while too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen him on SNL. I've seen some skits as well. I actually don't think he's that funny either.
No.
But like
He's
everybody
so-
pays attention to
he's
him because he gets like these beautiful, like
Yeah.
super like famous people, like woman
Yeah.
to date him.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
So I wonder who will be the next.
Who's going to be the next?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'd love to make predictions on that.
Yeah, if anybody has a prediction.
Is
Pete
Beyonce
Davidson.
with anybody right now? It could be Beyonce.
I highly doubt it.
Or somebody like I think it would be funny like if he went old school, like
What if
Macy Gray.
or new school like Sabrina Carpenter. Oh, Forrest. Hello, Forrest says hello.
Good morning, Forrest. Good morning. Who do
Good
you think? We're
morning.
talking about you guys feel free to chime in. By the way, we're gonna take the chat log from this video. We're gonna give it a week so people have more time to queue in, as well as today. And we're gonna print this off and it's gonna go in the time capsule. So again, at the end of the show, we both brought items. I asked Summer some specific questions. We brought items that are going to be specific to the questions that we're asking. And we are going to stick them inside a time capsule. And then we're going to go off-site. We got to find a place to bury the thing.
Yeah.
Then we're going to bury it. And then somebody needs to remember where we did all this.
Yeah,
a
and
year
it has
from
to
now.
like be in a place
Can you-
where a year from now we can unbury it.
And then we're going to bring it back out live on the show and see exactly what we did. Wouldn't it be funny if we made it and it's like going into 2026 and I go, I got a great idea. we should do a time capsule, and we completely forgot that we did it.
I honestly would not be surprised.
Not at all.
Like
Nope.
literally not at all.
We're only 4 shows in right now. I got to keep remembering this.
And
We're
we have
4
one
shows in.
full year. A year is a
Like,
long time.
Yeah, it'll be 50. It'll be 46, 7, 40. I'm bad at math. It'll be 107 more shows by that time, hopefully.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Did you think, real quick, funny
Yeah.
question?
No, I love funny
Because
questions.
we chose a couple objects,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Chase says the ground is frozen. LOL.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I was actually thinking about of trying to throw it in a lake. But then how do you retrieve it?
Yeah.
That like I was thinking if we could put cement in the bottom, like this is what we're really thinking about. Like if we could put cement in the bottom of a container or something like that, and then tie a rope around it and throw it off into a lake somewhere, you know. But
Yeah.
the problem is if somebody comes by and then steals our time capsule,
Yeah.
I'd be super disappointed.
What I was gonna say is, so the objects you chose, I was consciously like, okay, I'm gonna bury this for a year.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, goodbye.
Yeah. That's funny.
Isn't that funny?
It is funny. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I don't know. I guess if anybody has a Chase, if you have maybe an idea of where we could bury it since the ground's frozen.
Well, you know, it's going to be 50 degrees this weekend.
Oh, it'll probably. Yeah,
So
we'll
I'm
be
sure we
able
can
to do
figure it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
If we bury it or find a tree that has a hole in it somewhere. Like
Yeah.
we've
Oh,
got
and
this.
stuff it in a tree.
Stuff it in a tree or yeah.
Yeah.
We just got to put it somewhere where people can't find it and where we can remember and find
Yes,
it and have
yes.
access to it. Yeah, I love this idea. It's such a great idea. Okay, so here's a couple other things. Let's see. I love this. I think this has already happened. There's a prediction that Elon Musk is going to open his amusement park, or release plans for an amusement park on Mars, complete with zero gravity roller coasters. I'm for that. Can you imagine?
That'd be so cool.
There's no way he's going to be able to accomplish that in 2025.
I guess if
though.
anybody could do it, we'd all think it'd be him first. But
See, that makes sense because he's got these rockets that are supposed to take regular humans.
so when do you think it might happen if it's not next year?
I think it would. I think Elon Musk would come out with that plan. And
Yeah.
it makes it smart because he's already creating rockets for people to go to the moon in. So now he's the only travel company. Do you know how smart that is? You're the only travel company that can take somebody.
Yeah.
Like imagine if Disney owned the only car that could make it to Disney World.
Right.
Like you have to choose them to get to the thing that you want to do in the first place.
It's genius.
It is
yeah.
brilliant. You know
It
what's
is.
funny about Elon Musk? And the same thing with like Amazon. I remember a buddy of mine telling me Amazon, just like Elon Musk, like when he launched the Tesla stuff, he made no money. I remember a buddy going, "Do you know those guys don't make any money though? Like they're losing money putting that stuff in." And they do, but then do you realize how much wealth they accumulate while they're losing money? Like it's insane.
Yeah, they have the wealth that they can lose the money, which is crazy.
I love this. I think this is a great. So right now we're talking about predictions. Throw your predictions in the chat. What do you think is going to happen in 2025? This is fun. Global shortage of avocado toast will cause millennials to panic. They are predicting in 2025 that a sudden scarcity of avocados will lead to widespread distress among millennials, prompting a search for alternative brunch options.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. What are they gonna do without my avocado toast? I've never had avocado toast.
It's really good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm part of the whole avocado toast.
That's you.
trend.
Would you go? You'd freak out?
I don't think I'd freak out. It'd be pretty upsetting.
Yeah, you'd have to
that
realize that you
sound,
can have toast out of regular bread.
Yeah, the way that they described it sounded like total world distress.
All these women with blue hair start screaming and crying because they don't have avocado toast.
It is very
they're
good.
They're eating white bread and they're like, "Look what you're
Yeah.
making me do! I'm getting fat."
Yeah, exactly. No, you should try it though. It's really good.
I will try.
Do you like guacamole and stuff?
No.
Oh. You won't. It might
Yeah,
not be your
I'm
jam.
not a good. Yeah.
It's good with like an egg, and I'm sure if anybody else has tried the
Now, is this toast made out of avocados? Is that what this is, or is this
no, you
avocado
just put
on toast?
avocado on your toast. So
Okay.
I think that means there'd be a shortage of avocados.
Yes. Yeah. Which I can see.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
could. I mean, maybe
it happens.
It happens.
Let's see here. Cats dominate social media, and dogs plan a protest. So apparently there is a prediction that feline content is going to overwhelm social media platforms. And this is going to cause people in the canine community to organize protests. Oh, man, I love this prediction. To organize protests for equal representation.
That is crazy. Dog lover here.
Would you organize that? Would you
No,
be like,
I love cats
there's
too.
too many cat videos online.
You know what I would do? I just take more videos of my own dog.
That's what we're saying. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what would happen. That's what people would do.
Oh,
You don't
makes
take,
sense.
You don't take a lot of videos of your dog.
Oh my gosh, yes I do.
We don't post them.
Yeah, I mean if you have me on Snapchat, definitely.
All right. Well, there you go.
He's all over like my Facebook and
Wait,
Ace. I don't think you're on Snapchat.
All right. We should set
Well,
that
I'll
up
make
probably.
you one.
All right. Okay. Good.
Ace also has his own Instagram account.
That's hilarious.
It's
That is
called the
hilarious.
Ace of Spades.
Okay. You nailed that as an Instagram name
He
for your
also
dog.
has a TikTok.
Does he? Is it the Ace of Spades as well?
Yes, I think.
Okay. Well, good. So you're already ready for this. Let's see what else. What else? Virtual. Okay. Now this is a good one right here. I think this will actually happen. We'll talk about how this how this can be how we could utilize this. I think this will happen. Virtual reality becomes so realistic that people attend meetings as holograms. Advancements in VR technology allow individuals to participate in work meetings as lifelike holographic projections. Now, I am going to tell you that I don't think that that's too far off. And I think, but what it's going to look like is a little bit different. So have you ever done virtual reality?
Yeah, like a VR
Yeah, headset.
thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Have you seen the ones have you done the new one where you can see through the cameras and you can look around your...
No, I haven't done a new one. The last time I did it was honestly a few years ago.
Okay. Yeah, so like with all the new technology that's coming out, a lot of it is this augmented reality technology. So like you can look at this table and you can project, like I know that you're a big gamer, right? So you'll love this. You can project Minecraft onto the table and actually build a Minecraft world on the table that's in
Wow.
front of you in VR, right?
Wow, that's cool.
I think that we're already, like, people don't realize this. We're already going that way. In fact, this is a fun fact. McDonald's, Walmart right now is training people in VR on how to handle and deal with customers. Their management program is
In
done in
VR?
VR, yeah. So instead of dealing with people like face to face where you're going to screw it up, which I think is great. Imagine being able to do like a door knocking VR where you can put the thing on, you knock on somebody's door, and then it's reading your expressions and how you say things. And then with AI, it's responding back and it's literally training you as if you're in front of that person's house.
No, I first off, that's awesome.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should create that.
Yeah,
That
I keep
should be an
seeing like
app.
stuff online about this as well. I don't think it's too far off either. The whole virtual reality thing, like meetings, or
Yeah.
even like me and Johnny sometimes like to shadow work.
Yeah, shadow work would be
So
great. in
literally,
VR.
if you were just VR next to me and I was
Yeah.
VR next,
Yeah.
it would be so cool. I think.
Well, in the new MetaQuest, one of the things that they were showing off is these virtual workspaces where you have nothing in front of you. You put the thing on, and all of a sudden your computer's here and your keyboard's here, and you can actually you can actually use it as if it was really in front of you. Yes,
Yeah, that's so cool. I want
it
one.
is great. The
Yeah.
only thing is I always I'm still freaked out. I'm not the only person out there that thinks that VR is eventually going to make it so that my eyes stay twisted the entire time. Am I? Like, that's a legitimate fear of mine.
I would be upset. I would not upset, but I would be scared of that
Like,
as
can
well.
you imagine just coming in one day and be like,
You ever make like a bad face or
Yeah.
something, and then your mom or someone told you
that's most of the show.
it's
yes.
gonna stay like that or something?
Yeah, remember that?
I still think it's true. Like if you're frowning all the time, you're probably gonna have
RBF? Yeah, that's what happened.
yeah.
It's a smile every now and
So if
then.
your eyes are constantly like,
Cross-eyed, yeah. Can you imagine? Like, somebody's like, hey.
dude, I would
What do
have
you
to get
do?
fake eyes. I couldn't live my life like that.
But in VR, your eyes are perfect.
Okay,
So it
yeah,
doesn't
I would
matter.
only talk to people VR.
That's
Like I'm only leaving
welcome.
my house virtually.
well, welcome to the geekiest of the geeky world.
That would be a crazy world.
Let's see what else we have for wild predictions. Oh, you'll like this one. The fashion industry will introduce an invisible clothing line. Designers will launch a line of invisible apparel, claiming that it's the ultimate minimalistic fashion statement.
Sounds like
So-
Kanye West to me.
So, yeah.
Yeah, sounds like his style of fashion. No,
What?
I don't know.
Why?
Have
Why?
you ever seen Kanye West? His fashion?
I'm googling this right now.
Yeah,
No.
he's a bit out there, and I wouldn't be surprised if he, had this concept made up. But no, thank you. I'm the invisible clothes. Nice try.
Why do you think his clothes? Wow, what the world is he wearing?
Yeah, so anybody who has Kanye West on like Instagram or follows him on social media probably knows what I'm talking about.
Weird. Kanye West is weird. I'm surprised. Like, who do you think's going to be in? Let's do this one. Here's a good prediction. Who do you think's going to be in the news more next year? Kanye West or Pete Davidson? And they're all going to be overshadowed by P. Diddy.
You know, this whole Pete Davidson new girlfriend thing, I can totally see it happening.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Especially now that he's left comedy.
Kanye's gonna do one crazy thing probably.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna talk about it for like a week,
Yeah. And then it'll be done.
and then it'll be done.
Yeah.
So maybe Pete Davidson.
You think Pete Davidson will be a bigger topic? You know what? That'll be one of the things we write down and put in the time capsule. We just did our first thing.
Yay!
Pete Davidson. In fact, I love that. Here's the title of today's podcast, everybody. Pete Davidson is huge in 2025.
There you go. There
Or
it
Pete
is.
Davidson versus Kanye, 2025 predictions. I like that.
They both dated Kim Kardashian.
Did they really? Wow.
Well,
look at that.
obviously Kanye was married to her and has children. But
Yeah.
crazy.
So he did it better. He
That'd
did
be,
it
so that
better.
would be a crazy title.
I don't know who to feel worse for, Kim Kardashian or the ones that dated her. I don't know. She picked some winners out there, that's for sure. Okay, you ready? Last one. Time travel becomes the latest vacation trend. Wealthy tourists will begin booking trips to the past, leading to time travel agencies offering historical experience packages. I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, we are not going to be there.
I will
next
tell you though that they just do. There was an article that I saw the other day where they believe that they actually have quantum travel figured out.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know. I only read the headline. Sounds impressive though.
Sounds really
Let's
cool.
make it up based on this is a game that we like to play. Make it up the headline game. Didn't. There it is. So that's the headline. The story is quantum. I'm assuming quantum travel is just really fast. Well, Quantum Leap was an old show where a dude he had this machine and he'd press a button, or this cranky old man. Nah, it's an old show. This cranky old man would like press this button at this guy, I think, and then he would turn into like a black guy in the 50s, and he would all of a sudden be this other man, and he would try to save history by doing things against the Nazis. It was, if anybody knows the show I'm talking about,
That's crazy. It's reminding me of a show, if anybody knows, the one where the guy has a remote and he can just point it at people.
is it Click?
Click.
Yes, Click with
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
Yes. You could just fast forward time, go back in time. But, I've watched enough movies to know we're going to mess up
Yeah.
today if we go back in time.
You think that's what would happen?
So you know what I think?
Yeah.
I think everything that has happened has happened.
This is true.
We
Did you steal
must
that from
learn-
Kamala Harris? That sounded like one of her speeches.
Thank
Time
Thank you.
is time.
Time is time. There's no point in changing it.
Yeah. So if you go back, now do you think that so you know what fascinates me? Stars fascinate me. Because if you think about it, when you're looking at stars, you're seeing an image of something that might not even be there anymore because it took so long for it to hit.
Yeah.
So if they can figure out how to reverse the technology of stars, then you could theoretically see into the past like we are now. I don't know. That stuff blows my mind.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I have no idea. It gets crazy.
It's a cool concept.
What do you think like in our industry, in real estate, what do you think are some of the things? Are you getting your notes right? Do you have this on there? That's okay.
No, I
It's
have a
smarter.
couple notes.
What do you think like is going to happen in 2025 when it comes to real estate and business as a whole? Do you have any ideas or thoughts there?
So as a whole, so I kind of went a little bit when I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
So I kind of like went a little bit off track, I would think, maybe.
It's all
So
right.
something that I thought about all agents could be better at in
Yeah.
2025.
Oh, I like this question. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Not what's going to happen, but what should agents do to improve in 2025?
Yeah, I think, so the first thing that comes to my mind is probably answering our phones and communicating with one another
Yeah. In VR.
better. But, I think that's a bit generic. A more like broader goal that would be super cool would be the power of offering knowledge.
Ooh.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
So,
This is nice.
Yeah, kind of what I'm thinking is like I've been in the industry for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And, I just think sharing knowledge, sharing experience, like that's huge. And if everyone just wanted to do that or, went out of their way and did that for someone else, I think that would make all of us greater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely those groups that you can get into that are willing to share what they do and everything that they do, but they're few and far between. And it is interesting because we are in a group where everybody's open to share, but I know that all of us have been in groups before where like people just they have these little secrets and they're like,
Yeah.
I got this.
Or like you're nervous to talk to somebody
Yeah.
or, even if you're the somebody who's the knowledge and experience person that you just kind of see, you could offer something,
Yeah.
a piece of advice,
Yeah.
Anything, like that's awesome if you just give it instead
Yeah.
of holding it to yourself,
Oh, I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
And I can't wait till the day that, I could, if I can help anybody,
Yeah.
I can today, I would love to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the more I experience, the smarter I get, I can help more.
That's what happens. And that's learning to share instead of just learning to keep it. And
Yeah.
it's a blessing for yourself too. Some people that's the best way to learn.
Yeah.
Is you teach what you know.
Yep. And so when you asked me that question, that was kind of literally where my brain went.
I love
Instantly.
that. I love it most because I forgot what I asked you that I was going to ask you. What else was I going to ask you today?
I don't know, but you know what it also reminds me of
What's
that I
that?
thought was so funny? It's like world peace in the real estate world.
Yeah.
I was like, of course I'd come up with that answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like it.
What would
it's
have to
honest.
happen? Well, what do you think would have to happen for world peace in real estate?
I think what I just mentioned would be a good start.
Do you think that it would? Oh, this is an interesting question. You guys answer this too. Do you think that it would cause more chaos or create more unity if there was like a one world order to real estate? In other words, like there was no more Kellers and Epics and EXPs and C21s, but everybody was just realtors. I'll tell you exactly what would happen. I know exactly what would happen. As soon as they decided to do that, somebody would break off and go, "No, we're doing it our way." And that's exactly what happened right away.
Yeah.
They're like, "We're not. No longer are we part of the." And that's one of my predictions. I have a major prediction for 2025, and that is that more and more people are going to get fed up and join the train of brokerages leaving NAR, because you're already starting to see this happen right now. People are getting, and I'm one of them. I'm not the biggest NAR fan. I welcome anybody from NAR to reach out. You can be on the show and tell me why I should be a NAR fan. If you're a NAR fan, you can reach out and tell me yourself. But for me, I have absolutely not seen a lot of the benefits from the NAR, and I've watched them do what like governments do, where they've gotten too powerful and they forgot that we pay them, they work for us, right? And so I'm not the biggest fan. So that being said, I think, and I'm like, when I read about brokerages that are breaking away and leaving NAR, I'm like, yeah, go do it, But now what are you going to do, So we'll see. I think 2025 is going to be an interesting year for NAR. I also have a really wild prediction that 2025, when it comes to the real estate industry, is going to be a crazy year for CRMs to come out. And I'll be interested in seeing who remains top. Right now, in my estimation,
Your guesstimation.
my guesstimation, but in my perspicationism, real word, I wonder how it's going to translate that when it spells this bit out.
Yeah.
But I believe that right now, Follow Up Boss is still reigning king right now when it comes to people and popularity.
Yeah, I've heard you talk about that a lot.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
still major agencies and the mega teams are all still using Follow Up Boss. But I think we're going to see a time where I've already started playing around with some of the AIs that automatically answer calls on people's behalf. They'll automatically make calls on people's behalf.
Yep.
I know Local Barry Jenkins was just answering a question about this the other day, where like we're on the edge of this. CRMs are going to be doing the majority of the work.
Yeah, I actually was watching videos about it last night.
Yeah?
While laying in bed. Yeah, it just kind of popped up on my feed, but it's really cool the way that the AI assistant can speak to your clients over the phone.
Yeah.
They sound so human. They say they'll say
Yeah.
like just normal
Make
human.
mistakes every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Like it'll fool everybody, and everybody will think they're talking to a human.
So I'll tell you right now,
think.
this is the craziest thing. I just realized that I'm talking faster. This coffee's kicking in.
Yeah.
This is the craziest thing. I also noticed that the balloon keeps hitting you
I keep
too.
hitting the balloon.
There's one platform that I know of that has been in the AI business before people even knew what it was. And I'll never forget, it used to send text messages out to folks. And every now and then it would send a text message out, but the words were spelled wrong.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I was coaching this team and I was working with this guy and I implemented the software and he wanted us to get rid of it because he goes, the software can't even spell things right. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, don't you get it? That's how they know.
Yeah, because humans are prone to error.
Right. We're going to fat finger something every now and then.
If something's just completely perfect, then we're like, oh, well, this isn't right.
Right. No, this is AI, obviously. Yeah, absolutely. What else did I ask you about before we get to our things?
Yeah, that was kind of all you asked me about. Kind of like the future for all real estate. Well, not the future, but 2025 future specifically. Like a goal, because I was thinking of goals for like myself. So then he asked me what would be a good goal for maybe all real estate agents, and I was like, world peace.
This is really good. I like this. I love how you memorize. Like that's what you said. I can't do that. That's a good superpower you have there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made notes.
That's all right. It happens. So this is the fun part of the show, folks. So we have a couple of things. I have my trash bag full. You have your little nice bag full. Right before we get to this, I do want to mention and say that our show is sponsored by Title Partners. They are a partner of ours. They'll be a partner of yours as well. If you want a true partner in the title business, and I'll tell you what, they go above and beyond with the things that they do. Have you used Title Partners in your real estate business?
I have not, but I've heard so many great things.
Well, now it's time. So now we got to
Yes.
get you extra business just so you can use
Just
them
so
and you can tell people. But Title Partners is the things that they do for folks, including sponsoring the show. But beyond that, the things that they do to actually help realtors is because, again, they want to be a true partner of yours, not just because they want your business, but because they want your business to excel. And that's why I went out and sought them to sponsor the show, because I truly believe in what they do. Title Partners, you can check out their information in the link below. We are going to go on to this segment. I'm excited about this. Again, here's what we're going to be doing. So we have both brought items to depict different things, and we are going to put them in a time capsule, find a place to bury this / throw this in a river / maybe in space. I don't know. What if we put like an Apple AirTag in, like a hot air balloon, and just like somehow set it off into space and see where it ended up?
It's not going to go in space and go litter the world.
Litter the world. So where did it go? Oh, the ocean. We show up there and there's just a dead whale with our bag inside of it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Pollution.
All right, you want to go first or should I go first?
I'll go first.
All right, just pull like an item out. Tell me what it represents and then why we're throwing it in this time capsule.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to pull out my first item.
Yeah. I'm excited for this. Interesting.
It is a German Shepherd.
Oh, there you go. It's one of those air fresheners. That's funny.
Yep. So I know someone who makes these really cool air fresheners.
Yeah.
If you're interested, ask me. But so basically, this is a picture of a German Shepherd. I own a German Shepherd. That's Ace, who I was talking about earlier. So what this represents to me is the present.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So this represents like me today. I'm very content with, my family, the people I love, the people I surround myself with. I'm very content. And this represents family and love.
Okay, good.
Yep. I thought this would be a good one because I love my dog,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But so this represents my present.
I like that. I went darker, I think, on mine. Hang on, I'm gonna pull my smallest item out of this bag of goodies here. Let's see.
I feel like he has more stuff than me.
I might.
You do, for sure.
But I think I'm missing stuff, actually. I am missing something. I'm missing the most important one.
Oh,
Well,
you're
that's
gonna
weird.
have to.
Well,
You're gonna have to tell us what it was.
it was. I have to find it. Actually,
It might be in your pocket.
is it in my pocket? It is in my pocket.
Oh,
This is the
there
most
it is.
important one. This is interesting. So this has been an interesting year.
Yeah.
So for me, just to I wish I had some sad music. Ding, 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 ding. I got to remind me to put sad music on a board.
Okay.
So this is really interesting. So I'm not sure if you know what this is. This is what's known as a geotag. I don't know if you guys could see that. Yeah, there it was. So quick, look fast. But a geotag. Have you ever been geocaching? Do you know what geocaching is?
No. It sounds
We
fun.
should totally go. Okay, so fun fact. Oh man, I'm about ready to spill the beans. So geocaching.
Okay.
There are millions, and I mean millions, of hidden containers all over the world, including some probably right here that you have no idea exist unless you're a geocacher.
Okay.
And when you find them, you open them, you get to sign a log that you found it. And sometimes you have to solve puzzles to find them. Sometimes they're hidden out in trees where we want to put our thing, right? But when you find one, there's a log, and sometimes there's stuff that you can trade for inside of them. One of the things that people put in them are these special coins, like I just showed you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're these really nice made coins, and they have a tracking tag, so every time they move to a new location, somebody can see them, right?
Who's the person hiding?
Millions of
them?
people. I've hidden some. I'll have
So
to
it's
show,
just
I'm
a
gonna show you.
community type thing.
This is it's very, very big.
Yeah.
The thing that's cool about that coin is it represents a lot of things. So I tried finding things that represented multiple things. My word for this year was so insignificant that as I'm thinking about it, I can't remember what it was. Did you see
You're like,
my brain go blank for a second? But there's a reason behind that. Now I know what my word for 2025 is, but my word for this year, if it was dominate. Dominate was my word for this year. But I feel really like I kind of got like I was just starting and I kind of got dominated. But realistically, it was because on the front of that coin is which is over there now is the toxic symbol, right?
yes.
There was just some extra little toxicity that I didn't know that I need to get rid of, especially in some businesses. And I was like so focused on the wrong thing that it actually held up my goal for what I want to do this year. And the other thing that was neat was that was something that I used to do all the time. And so that coin represents kind of my year getting rid of the toxicity throughout the year, as well as a remembrance of who I used to be, which was a lot more adventurous and out there. And this year I was kind of a shut-in because I was so focused. I had my blinders on building these businesses out that I forgot to stop and smell the roses. And so next year, I have a completely different word. My word next year is conquer. And can I pull my second thing out? I'll show you this.
Yes, do it.
All right, here we go. I love this. This is good. So this is conquer, and I think this is a good representation. And when we pull these out, I'll show you something crazy. So listen, when we pull these back out, I will find the key for these. And then in a year from now, I'm going to remember this. In a year from now, I'm going to have you chain me up to this. And I'm going to show you something really cool. So you guys are going to have to wait 12 months before you see what I'm going to do with this. but I have something very specific that's going to happen when we unbury this. Okay. But this is my goal for next year, is to break free of the chains and actually
cool.
conquer my reality for next year.
So it's like an oval shape with chains wrapped around it, locked up.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we're gonna wrap these around. You're gonna tie them to my arms, and you're gonna chain me in these next year when we up. Yeah, and then we're gonna use some extra locks and stuff like that. But that right there is my biggest thing for next year. My word, conquer, and I love the phrase, he who can't conquer himself can't conquer the world. And that's where I went wrong this year.
Yeah.
I put the blinders on and I focused so much on other things, I didn't focus enough on myself. And since I didn't grow enough myself this year, then I wasn't able to go out and conquer like I wanted to. So
and then
that's
next year, are you gonna, when we
just
do
wait,
the chain,
yeah.
and you're gonna
just
break
rip the
free?
chains free? Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I love it. I love it.
Yep. So there's
yours. Okay.
There's number 2.
My number 2
Yeah.
is
I love this. Look at you. Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. Tell me about this.
So this is our open house, the podcast. It's a little, hanger thing. Put it around your neck.
Yeah,
but it has my name. It says all access open house podcast. So I chose this because I guess my word would be cultivate.
Oh, I like that. Cultivate's a great one for you.
And I literally just came up with it when you were talking.
I need a word.
I was like, but it came to me, and I actually love it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So why I brought this, because a huge goal for me would be like putting myself out there more, marketing myself, building a brand, doing what scares me. And sometimes I get nervous to put myself out there and like make these videos or post reels, or, just human conversations. Sometimes I get nervous, you know what I mean? So I get nervous. And then the whole marketing thing, like I want to build, I want to have like a huge name. I want people to, when they see my name, they're like, oh, this is who she is. This is what she does.
Yeah, we got to figure that out too. That's my goal for 2025.
Awesome. No, but I think like, do an open house, the podcast is the first step.
Yeah.
So it's super exciting. I think by the end of the year, I don't think it'll be what scares me most, because I'm hoping to cultivate that fear. See what I did? And overcome it, and then be greater.
I love that. Yeah. And that's how you destroy fear. By the way, Grant Cardone in the book, The 10X, he says fear is not only telling you what to do, but it's telling you when to do it.
Yes.
And I love that. And nothing tackles fear more than action.
Yep.
What do you think you'll be afraid of by the end of 2025?
I don't know.
Like, let's set a new fear, like spiders, maybe? I don't know.
No, I already had to overcome the spider fear.
You're overcome the spider fear?
I have to kill them, yeah. It's like kill them or live with them,
Okay.
New fear.
Unlocked.
Unlocked.
What's your new fear for next year? Let's like being buried alive. Let's find out something, and then next year we'll.
I'm not gonna tell you my new fear.
I'll think
about it.
Yeah,
I'll think about it. New fear.
So there's your new goal for next year, is to come up with what you're gonna be afraid of. Yeah, you don't have to be afraid of anything, but you'll be afraid of something.
Yeah.
I got one last thing.
Okay.
That I brought that I thought was really special. You may have seen this. Now, before all the jokes come out, I'm just going to tell you that it's a gnome. Okay, so stop with the jokes. But I love this little guy right here. See there? He looks more gnomey up close.
Oh, he looks good, actually.
He's getting there. So here's what's interesting about this, and this is something that entrepreneurs have a hard time with in the first place. We as entrepreneurs love starting new things. We have a lot of fun doing it, but the finishing part is always the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Again, my theme is all around conquering.
Yes.
And so what I love about this little gnome guy is I have been working on whittling this guy for literally 3 or 4 years. And this is as far as I've gotten.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, he looks pretty good.
He's all right.
He's got the shape of, like, you could tell.
He can't stand. He's been drinking too much. But I really like this little guy. And I like that I learned how to whittle him. But again, next year, in order to conquer, I need to put I need to be able to conquer myself and really get disciplined when it comes to being able to finish things.
That would be
So it doesn't
yeah.
just look good, and people on a camera, they'd instantly be able to see. So for me, this represents a year of conquering, which means that I set forth and finish things. And one of the first things I want to finish.
Wait, you're gonna bury it for a year.
Hey, hang on now.
Wait, I'm sorry. That was I had it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, not necessarily. That's what it
Okay.
represents. I'll do another gnome. I'll do a gnome right now. I got the knife out in my car. You've seen it.
It's a
I
good
literally
one.
had it. You know what's interesting? And it's actually, you brought up a good point. It's interesting because we set ourselves up for failure, like you just set me up for failure.
I'm so sorry.
One day I'm gonna finish this gnome. We're like, Johnny, you're burying it for a year. Yeah, I didn't think this through, did I? This is what makes, so there's an old school. So anybody that came in from Keller Williams, they have something that they called 135. Really old school Gary Keller is a 135-531. So what's the one thing that you want to accomplish? What are the 3 things that you need in order to accomplish it? What are the 5 actions that you're going to take in order to accomplish the thing that you need to accomplish to get the thing that you want, right? Then you reverse that. What are the 5 things that could hold you up? What are 3 things that you can do to make sure that they don't happen? And then what's the one step that you're going to do today? I know that that's a lot that I just went through, but that one of the things that you look when you set a goal, for instance, when it comes to completing things, and I've been saying this forever, one of the things I need to conquer is my time.
Yes.
And so next year, I will be back to, by the end of the year, reading 4 books every single month. I've been saying it forever. I've never said I'm gonna accomplish this by the end of whatever. It's something I've always wanted or liked to do. By next year, I'll have already been doing that again because I've put it out there a bunch.
Yep.
Now, that might seem like a lot to some people, but as we've seen, it only takes 15 minutes a day for an average reader to be able to finish 1 book a month.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to finish 4 books, that's just an hour a day
Yeah.
that you find that I know we all have.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know my biggest, when I first did this, do you know when I first got into the habit, how I found the time to read my book?
How?
In Michigan, we need to let our cars warm up.
Oh.
So I would start my car with my book inside my car until my car was warm, and I would sit there and I'd read. And guess what? About 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'd park my car, and I'd have to start it and warm it up to leave work too. So
Yeah.
I started in
That's
my car.
smart.
Yeah.
That's smart. I mean, you figured where
You're
do
just
I
wasting
have
that
this
time.
extra
Yep.
extra time?
Where can you
For
find
me, it would be probably late at night or early in the morning.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You could do that.
Just sit down because when I read, I like to just relax. I like to read at home.
Yeah. Yeah. So having the goal is one thing. But then if you don't look to say, all right, I've had this goal before. Has anybody else like that where you've set a goal for yourself and then it seems like, man, I'm always setting this goal and I never actually make it?
Yeah.
The reason behind that is we get caught up in the same things over and over again. And you've heard the saying, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, right?
Yep.
Not enough
Insanity.
people. Yeah, it's it. Because not enough people go, okay, I've been wanting to complete this, so I'm just going to complete it now. Okay, stop for a second and ask yourself, what prevented you from doing it in the first place? And how are you going to prevent what prevented you this time?
Exactly.
And that question alone will be,
Yeah.
if you answer, especially if you're doing the same thing over and over, if you want to put a real stop to that and really go after your goals for 2025, it's not just what are your goals.
Yes.
It's not just how are you going to accomplish it.
It's what does your day look like?
How are you going to stop yourself from preventing yourself from accomplishing it?
Exactly.
That's really where people fall.
Yep. It's like habits.
Yep.
Creating new habits. How long does it take to create a new habit?
So they used to say it was 30 days. In the book, The One Thing, when they
Yeah.
pulled together real studies, they said that it takes the average person somewhere around 60 days,
Yeah.
60 to 90 days to
I
actually
think that
come up
makes
with a
more
habit.
sense
Yeah.
for sure.
You know
yeah.
what's really funny about habits? This is so crazy. People are so weird. Coming up with
People are so weird.
they are weird because to start a new habit is like clawing your eyes out with like dull spoons, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it sucks. Trying
It
to create a
does.
good, healthy new habit
You
just
try
sucks.
you try to give yourself all the, excuses
Yes.
in the world of why you shouldn't
But you have one bad habit you want to start, and it becomes a bad habit within like 2 hours. Like what the crap is that all about? Like I'm trying forever, right? Like I don't even like donuts, and I tried for an entire year to lose a bunch of weight, and then out of nowhere, like I guess I just eat donuts every day now. This is just a thing. I don't even like them. Bad habit instantly started.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Crazy.
It is true.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and a huge one, like you're saying though, is our eating habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, when it comes back, which is funny, I love reading success books. And I think it's the greatest thing in I when I read, I typically try to read something on success, something on nutrition, something on religion, and something just fun or on the side. So that way you're always getting different information in.
Yes.
When I'm reading, it's interesting the amount of success books and principles out there that are always talking about fat people.
And
there's a reason behind that.
Yeah.
Because it's the most easiest way to get the point across, because it's true. Like in every successful book out there at some point in time, they're like, and then there's discipline. You got the fat people and you got the non-fat people. And if you want to choose the water, but the pop's also there too. So you're going to choose the pop, fatty. Like, it's very interesting.
That's kind of annoying now that I think about it.
Well, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but it bothers me.
Why does it bother you?
Because it's not fair.
Why is not fair about it?
Why is that the easiest principle to pull from?
Because it's so relatable to everybody. Because it's
think
true.
Outside of the box. It is true. But also, you could
Why are
see
you
someone
getting offended? Why are
skinny
you
with
getting
horrible.
offended?
Because
yeah, but the skinny
I support all people.
skinny person, I thought it was funny. I think I was watching a comedian the other day, and their dad got diabetes, and somebody went, "Oh," and she goes, "He deserved it."
Oh,
like, what do you? But it's true. It's what I mean. Like it's if I don't know.
I don't know about deserving, but
certain type 2 for sure.
Yeah.
You put yourself. There's situations you put yourself in.
You did. You put yourself.
You've got to admit it. I'm one of those people. I'm like, I get it. Like it happened.
No, it does.
But this goes back to my overall word for next year, which is conquer.
Okay.
I'm gonna. It's the conquer. I always, every time I say that, I think I'm gonna accidentally say canker. I don't know why. I definitely don't want canker sores.
Yeah,
I want to conquer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brains are fun.
Yeah, they are. I think the word cultivate.
I love that. It's good.
You put it in my head subconsciously.
I did.
You did.
I don't know if they rewatch this, they're gonna see it.
Yeah.
All throughout the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
I started by talking about Macaulay Culkin. Remember that? That was in there.
And then that was
And then I was like, isn't that TV?
Yeah.
Yep. The TV. And then we were eating. Yep. I just ate an apple. If you put that all together.
And then I was like, cultivate.
Yeah. Then 30 minutes later it hit. That's how it works.
But it is a great word. Cultivate. You can cultivate anything you want.
It's true.
It's very similar
it
to
takes
conquer,
work.
but it does.
Here's the thing about cultivation that people don't understand. A lot of people, number one, they don't understand the idea, especially entrepreneurs. Every entrepreneur, you got to get somebody to do business with you somehow, right? So it comes to leads. They have an issue understanding the difference between leads and between actual contacts that they've made from their leads.
Yes.
Number one. Number two, everybody wants to nail that appointment, and everybody wants to feel like, oh, I got one lead, I'm going to call them, and I'm going to nail it. It's not about that. The cultivation process does take work. Your arm should be tired by the time that you're done doing it. Why?
Yeah.
Because you're shaking all that crap loose looking for those little tiny gold nuggets. You're going to be tired. You're going to be exhausted. You dug all day. You threw stuff into a pan. You're shaking it, and all you're looking for are those little gold nuggets at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's cultivation, and that's work. If that's going to be your word, and I'm going to hold you accountable to it, I will.
Yeah.
If that's going to be your word, your arms are going to be be
No, I know, and I'm excited for it.
But not
like
from doing this the whole time. You're gonna have your phone arm. You're gonna have such big muscles on your phone arm.
I'm not excited to do the work. It's not. That's not the exciting part. I'm just excited to feel, like I'm accomplishing my goals.
Well,
feel productive.
Yeah.
And just really work. Like I'm working towards my goals, and I didn't just set a goal like how you
Yeah.
were saying.
Yes.
Like I'm putting in the work, and that's what I think will be most satisfying to pull out of it at the end. Because
Yep.
I'll be like, wow, hard work pays off.
And realistically, it goes back to then you realize that you kind of had fun during the journey.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Like even when I said like overcoming a fear of mine.
Yeah.
Putting myself out there.
Yeah.
Like I'm so excited for the day that it just doesn't bother me, and I just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. Well, listen, guys, we're going to let you go. It is, thank you for joining us. If you're joining us live, if you're listening to us on the podcast, you absolutely should join us live. We are live every Friday at 10 a.m. right now is when we're live. And that is Eastern. You can join us there. And you miss out on a lot of the shenanigans and the DJ lights and throwing of things. We have a lot of stuff planned out for 2025. Do want to let you know, too, take the opportunity. We are available for travel. If you have an event that you want us to pump up and sit out in front of and really pump some energy into that, we are available. Reach out to us, DM us, shoot us a messenger pigeon, message in a bottle. If you would like to tie your request to a balloon and then send it this way, I'll find it. She'll frown on you. But let us know. We are definitely interested in doing all those. And Summer, I think it's that time.
So we are gonna hit the lights, close the door, pull the sign, and end the open house, the podcast.
That's
Thank
right.
you guys for listening.
Look out for the next episode. We'll see you guys
Like,
next week.
follow, and subscribe.
Peace.